The ash is seeping into my lungs. My mask, damaged during the last skirmish with the Legion, it's failing me. Damn it! Why did we ever venture into this cursed place? They painted visions of great treasure, enough wealth to fill our pockets 1,000 times over. But now, all those dreams have vanished like smoke in the wind. The monstrosities that haunted this god-forsaken land took my companions one by one. Joy, my dear friend. He was the last to fall, crushed under the weight of the roaming giant. I do not know how much longer I can hold out. My sense of time has been lost. Hunger gnaws at my stomach. I am lost and disorientated. The toxic gas toys with my senses, leaving me in a state of confusion. There is no solace in staying put, as the lingering death lurks in every corner of this forsaken realm. I have to muster what strength I have left and press onward, holding on to the tiniest silver of hope that flickers in the darkness. Only that glimmer keeps me going, urging me to continue this desperate fight for survival.
The Ashlands, a treacherous and desolate place, not suited for the living. Despite the dangers, numerous individuals dare to explore its depths, driven by the allure of recovering lost treasures from a forgotten era. The remnants of a fallen empire bear witness to the toll of time, leaving once glorious structures now in ruins. Amidst this decaying world, a once great leader remains seated on a throne that is gradually succumbing to the relentless march of time, as metal gives way to rust. Greetings, my fellow Kenshi players, and welcome to the Secrets of the Ashlands. In today's video, we are going to delve deep into the zone itself, and we shall uncover the secrets concealed within its desolate landscape, explore its ties to a forgotten leader, and we shall extract the valuable knowledge from our discoveries. As we travel together, I will share both established lore and my theories. The Ashlands shroud much of what we know in Kenshi, leaving us to wonder what lies beneath the surface. Together, we shall embark on this journey and try to recover its secrets. To understand the Ashlands, delving into the history of the First Empire becomes essential. Presumably, this empire was composed of humans, as the world of Kenshi is a moon, and it's reasonable to assume that the ancient ones were human who settled on this lunar surface. Equipped with advanced technology, they forged their society here. As we traverse the Ashlands, remnants of the First Empire surround us. Fragments of rusted metal, once monumental structures, now reduced to mere ruins. The immense scale of these remains shows how gigantic this empire must have been. Amidst the barren landscape, one can't help but look up to the sky and catch a sight of a colossal object, resembling a space station or maybe a spaceship. The condition of the structure and the ash that covers the land lead me to theorize that the ash might have originated from this object. It seems plausible, given its position and size, that a colossal spaceship met its fiery end, bestowing the Ashlands with its ashen presence. I do believe that this could have happened. Of course, there is a simpler theory to consider, that the destroyed buildings in the Ashlands simply burned down, emitting the ash upon the land. However, this explanation falls short when we observe the destroyed buildings throughout Kenshi, without encountering this phenomenon elsewhere. What is your theory of the ash? It would be interesting to know your take on it. And also, if you made it to this part in the video, dropping a like on it and subscribing to the channel would help me out a lot. Do you remember when we discussed the origins of the First Empire, tracing it back to the era of the humans? As the legends tell, these beings, known as the Ancient Ones, were responsible for creating the skeletons. But that is not all of it. They also engineered colossal behemoths, gigantic robots designed solely for warfare. Once the behemoths had served their purpose, the Empire disposed of them in a horrifying manner. This act of cruelty stoked the deep-seated rage within the skeletons, leading them to wage a devastating war against the humans, nearly pushing them to the brink of extinction. Yet, amidst this chaos and destruction, a twist of fate occurred. The sole surviving behemoth Stope emerged as an unexpected savior, rescuing the humans from the brink of destruction. After the devastating war, the aftermath was haunting for the skeletons. Many among them, burdened by guilt and sorrow, resorted to tragic self-annihilation, unable to bear the weight of their actions. Others were consumed by an overwhelming sense of shame for their role in this conflict. Amidst this sea of remorse, one remarkable skeleton stood apart. A skeleton named Catlon. Driven by an unyielding determination, he resolved to pick up the shattered remnants of the once mighty First Empire and forged a new future, birthing what would become known as the Second Empire. His noble goal was to create a reformed society, one where peace, understanding, and cooperation could thrive among all beings. Sooner or later, he either became mad or just frustrated with them, and a lot of his brethren disagreed with his leadership, resulting in Catlon enthralling them. What really happened here, and why the Second Empire lies in crumbles, we can only guess. Another great war must have taken place, or maybe the humans sabotaged the Second Empire, and with this they destroyed everything from within. When you enter his tower, he has the following dialogue.
Has my judgment come so soon? I had to throw them all. Traitors, siding with the humans? Treason. Now we are nothing. What was the point of it all? Have you tried looking after humans? They are monsters. As they grow in number, so does their capacity for evil, and they won't even notice as they do it. I was not the monster.
Kedlon claims not to be the monster, and if it's true and we take his action into consideration, then he just wanted to do good things, but the humans destroyed his plans. But then again, there is some piece of lore we will discover later that claims otherwise. Before I talk about the zone itself, let me read you a note that was written by Io. The Ashlands are officially unsurvivable. All previous expeditions there have resulted in the total loss of the teams. It's recommended that the excursions keep to the surrounding areas, which should have some good finds. Delving into the Ashland reveals a realm filled with treasures from the past, making it the richest yet most dangerous zone of all. The land is entirely shrouded in ash, with pockets of poisonous clouds emitting from the land. To safeguard yourself against the danger, a fog mask becomes essential if you're made out of flesh and blood. Amidst this cursed land roams a colossal giant known as the Cleanser Unit, resembling what seems to be a leviathan. This enigmatic creature seemingly plays a pivotal role in preventing the entire Ashlands from succumbing to the toxic gas. It's cleaning the fallout from the calamity, preserving parts of this land. Yet, this is also just my theory. Despite its important purpose, the Cleanser Unit has turned hostile and attacks trespassers on sight. The reason behind its aggression remains elusive. Perhaps it deems us in need of cleansing, or has fallen into madness over time. Interestingly, the Cleanser Unit also is a sole reliable source for harvesting valuable IE cores, adding a small glimmer of hope amidst this dangerous realm. Alongside the Cleanser Unit, a daunting horde of iron spiders traverses through the Ashlands. While some might assume that the Skeleton Legion possesses the greatest threat, I beg to differ. The iron spiders can destroy your squad in mere seconds. Their synchronized attacks overlap, inflicting massive damage upon your team. In my book, it's best to avoid any encounter with these creatures altogether. Although the Legion is responsible for forging these deadly spiders, they themselves inhabit the Ashland in significant numbers. Their equipment ranges from standard to high grade, and their weapons follow the same schematic. Be on alert for their Legion scouts, as they are armed with crossbows. In the Ashlands, there are notably 4 intact domes, 6 if you take Kedlon's exile into consideration. Every dome has one leader on the inside. All of them are loyalists to Kedlon and worked closely together with him. What is also interesting to note is they are all using Me Too weapons. In the first dome, there lies a skeleton named Head of Agriculture. Notable, these unique characters have some lore attached to their CPU, which can be accessed if you take them out. His CPU says the following: he could never have foreseen the events that happened, but he still blamed himself for the famine and the subsequent downfall of the Empire. This tells us that the famine has potentially brought the fall of the Second Empire. Maybe this was the beginning of the rebellion. With hungry people came the revolution, and the skeletons were blamed for it. In Dome number 2, there is a skeleton with the name of Renobot, and as his name suggests, he was just a bot. His CPU says the following: Renobot just wanted to help, but he had no moral processing, and so he would help with anything, even the most diabolic evil. He didn't see anything wrong with his child prisons. This clearly states that the Second Empire were imprisonating children, probably fueling a dispute between the humans and skeletons. And what is also interesting, that there's a book called The Little Boy That Got Dismembered by Skeletons. It is Holy Nation propaganda, but if we think back to the past, this could be the reason why it exists in the first place. Skeletons kidnapping and imprisoning children is horrifying after all. The next dome on our list is led by the legendary General Young, leader of the once mighty Hydraulic Knights, which could be classified as the Second Empire's main forces. Once you take him out, his CPU reads the following: CPU of General Young, leader of the famous Hydraulic Knights. They fought on the front lines to protect the Empire from pirates and cannibals. Their heroism legendary. As time went on, the label of pirate became thrown around more and more graciously, and they found they were killing more of their own people than the real pirates were. This leads us to theorize that similar to the Empire with their slave tag, normal people were labeled as pirates and taken out. The already tough situation with a famine and child prisons and cannibals to the north now also turned into a slaughter towards their own people. It seems like the downfall was soon to come. Let us now look in Dome number 4, with its leader being General Hat 12, the leader of the Second Empire police force. Once downed, his CPU tells you about his deeds. CPU of General Hat 12, who was chief of the Empire Police. He launched a crackdown on the new cultist, but his heavy-handed approach fueled the blame and confusion further. Things escalated faster. These cultists that are spoken of here are probably the Holy Nation, and in an act of despair, they had a heavy crackdown on those people, which escalated things even faster. To finish this up, we shall now look into the last two domes. The so-called Catlon's exile. Here, the once great leader resides in one dome, while on the other, his headless thrall just wait for you to attack him, so they will aid him in battle. To make this fight easier, one should consider taking out the thralls first, before they venture into Catlon's dome. If we now put all these lower pieces together, to me there is now a clearer picture of what happened. A famine struck the Second Empire that displeased people and made them unhappy. The skeletons, unable to handle the situation, escalated the dispute further and further until they totally lost control over their empire, spiraling into the aftermath that we can now see. The so-called Ashlands. What really happened, we can only guess, but this is why I love Kenshi. So I would say that we close this chapter and come to an end. I wanna say a special thanks to Paga Nacho, who lent me his voice to the Tech Hunter in the beginning. He does high quality Kenshi videos, so please head over to his channel and show him some love. With that being said, I wanna thank you guys for taking time out of your day to watch my video. If you like what you saw, maybe considering becoming a subscriber. Also, a special thanks to my channel members. Now, my fellow Kenshi players, farewell and goodbye, and prepare yourself before you venture into the Ashlands.